All 4 Cricket World Cup positions had been filled, but there was still one more battle in the ICC World Cup qualifier in Johannesburg. One team in particular arrived at the event with 2 agendas on their mind.
Coming in with a goal to qualify for the 2011 World Cup, and to put to bed what happened 4 years ago when we lost the final to Scotland. So we're here to win the trophy. Bit of a minor hiccup there a couple of days ago against Afghanistan, but the boys bounced back well. Goal's still very much going to come to fruition. I think that we'll make the final, and hopefully then we can take the trophy back to Ireland.
And they did make the final. Ireland versus Canada, the fight for #1 spot in the tournament. Ireland won the toss and put Canada into bat. It was Peter Connell who took the first wicket for Ireland. Canada's #1 batsman Jeff Barnett caught behind for 19. Canada soon got comfortable and started to find the boundary, looking to be a real threat. However, it was Ireland's Trent Johnston who turned the match around with his introduction in the 9th over. He had Riswan Chima edging to Kevin O'Brien at first slip. He then took a second wicket, trapping Ashish Muller leg before, and Canada was staggering on 69 for 3. Johnston continued to be a persistent threat, finishing his outstanding spell with 2 wickets in consecutive balls to record Ireland's first 5-wicket haul in one-day internationals and leaving Canada in a desperate position, 88 for 6. Canada were eventually bowled out for 185. As tournament favourites in their 5th attempt to win this event, the pressure was on Ireland. However, they didn't lose sight of the trophy, and Johnston wasn't the only star on the Irish team that day. William Porterfield looked comfortable as he quickly made a half-century from 80 balls, eventually scoring an unbeaten 104, a real captain's knock. Gary Wilson was the first Irishman to fall, spooning to 3rd man for 38. This didn't upset the favourites as Porterfield found the boundary once again. This didn't upset favourites. After a magnificent bowling performance, it was to no one's surprise that Trent Johnston was named man of the match.
That was great, record books don't really mean that much as long as we won the tournament. That was our goal at the start. Obviously we wanted to qualify first and then come along and win the final here today, and it's been a fantastic achievement by all the guys.
That's obviously amazing. Came here to do a job, and we obviously came here to qualify, but our main objective was to try and win the tournament. It's a tournament we've never won, and to come here and win it, and the way we've won it was obviously great.
Here we go. And for me?
We got off to a good start, and then TJ sort of pegged us back in between the 10th and 25th over. Never really recovered from there. 180 is never going to be a competitive total on that pitch, which is a pretty good one. So we never really sort of recovered from that total.
Celebrations for some, but not all. 4 teams qualified for the World Cup and 8 teams didn't. Their journey had come to an end. Bermuda made their World Cup debut in 2007. Although they produced some outstanding cricket on the big stage, they couldn't bring that form to the qualifier in 2009.
He ain't over there. He's miles away. Here he is, the big man. The fridge is opened.
We underestimated everybody else, but I think the other sides have played pretty good cricket. So I think that's the biggest sort of eye-opener for me, was how good the other sides have been, the progress that they've made over the last sort of couple of years. But I say, as far as we're concerned, we had good preparation. Went down to the Caribbean before we came here, with plenty of games behind us. People getting used to their roles that we expected them to play, and we had some good results there, I say. But unfortunately, we haven't managed to put it together.
Another one. This one's straight up in the air. Will he get under it? Still a lot of time for it. Great catch! What a fine catch! That was a stunner. truck of the fielder, covered so much ground, a good 15, 20, 25 yards.
To get into the World Cup was a massive achievement for those players that that were involved. I think we got 7 players that were involved then and involved now. But I say I feel for them because there has been an improvement, even though the results don't show that. And obviously people from the outside looking in will say, well, what's gone on over the last few years? And that's what saddens me more than anything else. Personally, there has been improvement. I've seen that from someone outside. Outside, we play obviously plays, but living outside, and that's pretty frustrating.
Unfortunately for Scotland, there was to be no repeat performance from 4 years ago. Qualifying for the World Cup as the top associate team would have to be just a memory from 2007. Coming 6th meant they left South Africa with only their one-day status intact. A cricket upset as a place at the World Cup seemed to be theirs almost by right before the start of the qualifying tournament. For Uganda, they just missed out on the Super 8s. In their final group match, they were up against Oman. They set Oman a target that was just shy of 300 runs. It looked like a sure win for the impressive Division 3 qualifiers, but some bad fielding cost them and they lost by 1 wicket.
This is one of the biggest disappointments in my life because you don't wake up to go play a cricket game and you think you're going to lose a game defending 296 runs, being chased down in 36, 37 overs. We just blew away a chance of a lifetime.
A very disappointed team who'd looked so strong at the Pepsi ICC World Cricket League Division 3 tournament in Argentina.
I believe we did play well, and it was just a little bit of experience that the other teams had over us that we were not able to get to where we wanted to be.
However, all is not lost.
What we realized in Argentina was that there was a lot of support back at home. You could see that the number of emails flying back and forth in the fraternity, the number of people in the families that kept saying, we are praying for you, we are behind you, we are supporting you, and that has kept causing a ripple effect throughout the country. You've got very many people who are asking questions about cricket, what is this game? And now we need to go back home and answer those questions. We need to go back home and spread the game even further. Give it a bigger blast, because there seems to be this ripple effect that has been caused, and now we need to make sure we can maintain that and pull the crowds in and make sure this game keeps going from strength to strength back at home. We are deliberately going back as a team to be involved in the development program to make sure that even when we retire, there will be continuity in the team.
And what of Afghanistan? 4 other teams may have qualified for the Cricket World Cup, but it was still this team that stole the headlines. Victory over top-ranked side Ireland proved they belong. They came 5th in the tournament, beating Scotland in the playoffs and gaining ODI status.
Everybody from waiter to manager, from manager to boss, everybody says we want Afghanistan team in the World Cup. So they all the time pray for us, and they all the time sending email about any games they know. They sent me last night also email.
Winning hearts and minds on and off the pitch, this journey has always been about more than sporting success.
In England in 2006, when I was the captain, when I was played against Richling, there was a lot of people there who don't know about Afghanistan. They would just think that there was a Taliban or Osama bin Laden or fighting. But when they will meet with us, they will say, oh, that Afghanistan people is very nice, they are involved in the sports, they are involved in the good things. So we want that we will show to the world that we have a talented people, we are very peaceful people.
And since then, this team has continued to make great strides. They arrived at the 2010 ICC World T20 qualifier in Dubai, determined to go one better. In front of thousands of Afghanistan supporters, they defeated the USA, UAE, Scotland and then Ireland in the final. Securing their place at a live televised global event against the best players in the world. The emotional scenes at the end merely served to underline the power of sport. Victory for Afghanistan was important, but there was a wider issue to celebrate.
You know what's going on in the world today with the whole Afghanistan-USA situation, and to see two teams came out representing the country and in such a high spirit, I think it was very good, and it will help the world and the cricketing world too.
A place at the ICC Cricket World Cup will only be a matter of time for this team.